Hey, what's up, everybody? Promised Neverland, episode 12?
Yeah, the last episode for the season.
Yeah, it was a good one. Before watching it, I actually had some friends telling me this was going to be an episode that'll make me cry. There was a moment that got me, like, choked up a bit, but I wasn't even teary-eyed. I'll be honest. But I would actually want to talk about Phil more than anything else.
Too smart for a 4-year-old.
He's
too smart
too
smart for a 4-year-old.
One of our friends was actually just saying, "Yo, he's gonna be the next Norman." He was like, he's gonna be the next prodigy. Because remember, if he's the highest score for his group, by the time he hits 12, he's gonna be on Emma, Norman, and Ray's level. Which actually brings me to the plan that Emma made. This is something I've been waiting to see for a while now. I always thought about how they want to leave with all the kids. At least Emma does. And she's always been saying, everyone's going to make it out of here alive. We're not going to leave anyone back. This is our game plan, okay? I'm like, that's just, as nice as that is, that's unrealistic. Because, you can't get a bunch of 4-year-olds to follow your plan down to the letter.
Unless it's Phil.
That dude's a genius, apparently.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because I feel like in every episode we do, there's some part where I say Phil's a traitor, Phil's the evil.
That's what I was always thinking.
Yeah,
but it was something else. They're just like
he just understood what was going on. Apparently, after Sister Chrome was around, he even understood. He's like, the moment she said harvest, I knew something was wrong. He's like, I figured out Connie was gone, figured out Norman was gone. That was one of the moments that got me choked up too. Like
when you started crying.
Yeah, not when he started crying, but more like when you realize, when you actually can put together, like when you know something's true. But when then someone tells you that's facts.
Yeah, it was sad.
Yeah, bro. It's like
that's what got me too. I was like, oh man, but I was just like, it didn't make me cry or anything. But like, I did feel bad.
I choked up for that one. I was like, I feel bad for you, kid. Like you're finally processing everything that's been happening.
I'm only 4.
At the age of 4.
That's terrible.
That's what made me feel bad for him. But at the same time, I liked what Emma did this episode because she finally brought the realism to their plan. She was like, okay, Phil, mini Norman. Phil, we can't bring every kid, so I'm gonna tell you a realistic thing. We gotta leave all the 4-year-olds or 6 years old left because at the very least they don't ship anyone out who's at the age of 6. Plus, if all their high quality meat is gone, the kids, and you're the highest there's a good chance that they're gonna slow down the pace of the farm and probably harvest you as long as they can at the minimum of 2 years. And she didn't say this part, but I think at most he has until the age of 12, which is like 8 years away. And I love his reaction.
That's just Phil, but then there's gonna be new. She wants to get all the other kids out.
Yeah,
but she doesn't like. The longer she takes, more people will die.
That's why I'm interested because in season 2. It could be, I don't know what's going to happen, but it could be a setup where, or within the next couple seasons, it could be her getting ready to come back for those kids in the next 2 years. You don't know. There might be a time skip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus,
which I hope there isn't, honestly.
You don't want time skip?
No. I want to see how they develop and how they survive. I want to see that. I think that's very important.
I want to see that too, but unless it drives the plot forward, there are some training montages that just are them becoming unnaturally strong.
Well, we don't even know what's out there, so there was not like one single clue.
Yeah, like we know that they're demons and maybe some humans.
And there's that one person that like sent them like a distress thing.
Right, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I am very curious to see how they get these 15 kids to survive.
I don't know, man.
Like those are a lot of mouths to feed. But I loved Phil's reaction. He was like, I can wait.
Yeah.
Just immediately. I'm like, weren't you just crying?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what's up with that boy,
bro. He's like, it's a good play. That's why he's a prodigy.
So what do you think about Isabella and her backstory? Your theory was right. How that she was looking at grandma. That was her looking at grandma.
Oh yeah, I figured that out real quick. But I wasn't that crazy about her this episode. I loved her backstory, but the reason why I wasn't for it is because it's the same issue you have with Sister Crone's backstory. Remember how you used to say, instead of her giving her a quick montage of what she went through, you wish for a whole episode? I didn't care about Sister Crone like that. I do think Isabella should have gotten a whole episode for herself of her as a kid. Maybe like how she developed at the orphanage, how she was about to escape, how she lost her friend Leslie, who I was like, okay, that's what motivated you to want to escape. Like, I would have loved to see all that development, but they just squished it onto a quick montage.
They did.
That's why I was like, I feel that was a wasted potential right there. What'd you think?
I mean, yeah, I felt like there was a waste potential. with that. They could have did more with her, and I still don't understand like what's up with how does she feel about having us. Like I don't even feel. I heard someone say something about like, oh well, she loves the kids. Just it's her only known way of having love because that's the only love she's ever grown up with.
Right.
So I was like, okay, that's a good point. But at the same time, even though we found out that Ray is her son.
Yeah, her biological
I
son.
still don't even feel like she really loved him because, Ray, what was I gonna say? Ray was trying to kill himself, and then Isabella was like, "At least, where's the brain? At least get the brain." Like
right,
that doesn't, bro. That doesn't sound like I don't like. Now I can't even like. That's why I didn't feel any sympathy for her. I don't feel any sympathy for her. I can't sympathize for her. She's letting kids die, and like she's just letting it go. And this is how. And if that's her twist, I know it's a twisted version of love, but like I don't even. It doesn't. The way she conveys it, it doesn't even feel like that she actually even gives a shit.
See, that's where I think the flashback episode would have come into play.
Yeah,
like, you could have seen why she is this way based on her backstory.
And they didn't do that.
They did exactly. That's what I'm saying. You guys had a whole. You guys could have given one of those like you know how a lot of those episodes were just one thing happening that whole episode. Like maybe Ray dealing with him, or him not Ray, Norman dealing with the fact that he's about to die, or Ray dealing with the fact he's about to die. I'm like those are some really quick scenes y'all could have just pushed into like a really small episode, and then let the rest of the episode be like an Isabella flashback arc. I feel like that could have been the way to go. But at the same time, I'm okay with the fact that Ray and Isabella didn't have a crazy close relationship because that idea is in my head. Because remember what she said to Ray? She was like, Ray was like, why'd you even have me, Mom? Why'd you give birth to me? It wasn't. It was for survival. She did not give Ray with the hope of giving love to a child. She most like. I mean, I'm assuming they didn't tell us, but I'm assuming she gave birth to Ray just because just so she can become a mama, or because the demons would let her live if she gave birth to a child. Because remember, they have to keep reproducing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know any of that. Mm-hmm. Who's the dad? Or is they just take the semen and like, here you go. Oh God.
Here's my theory. You know how we don't know how much Norman? It could be that the males who are the highest class are the sperm donors.
But that could be it. That makes sense.
I'm not sure what the plan is.
I don't think Norman's dead. We haven't seen his death, so
that's what I'm saying. Like, it could be that Norman's could be on the side to be grown into a perfect soldier. It could be become a guard.
That could have been like in the dude Leslie that she liked, Isabella liked. He might not be dead either. We never saw his death too.
We don't know. But at the same time, I can't get attached to a character I've only seen for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Out of 10, what would you rate this season? Give or take, estimate.
6.
That's exactly what I was. Oh yeah, I do have one gripe with the season, and it's the plan. Or like with the not that I don't like the plan. I like the plan. I thought it was a great plan. It's just that I don't think that they needed all these episodes to figure that plan out.
Yeah.
It was just like, and Norman figured it out, and you know they were planning all this planning. It feels like now just like all that planning was for nothing, because that plan they did was failed. The plan they had was to jump over the
cliff.
The cliff.
Not cliff. To get over the wall.
Get over the wall. And you know what? Someone could have quickly did that, and then just to see what's over the wall. And no one did that.
Yeah.
And Norman then they could have. I know Norman did because he was about to get shipped off, but they should have did that way earlier.
I agree with that.
And the plan, and I just feel like this could have been done. Yeah. I mean the tag thing, okay, that needed to be done, but that was already been. They were already training since episode 3,
1 or 2,
episode 1 or 2 or 3,
yeah.
Right? So like, that they could have conducted this plan so much sooner and did this way sooner than it had to be.
See, that's exactly where I agree with you, because think about it. The whole time they were trying to get Norman and Ray's original plan to work, they were trying to get Norman and Ray's original plan to work. That fell through. So next thing you know, they're like, okay, you know what? Emma's gonna come convoluting a plan, which we don't even get to see develop. They just fill in all the blanks in one episode. They were like, oh, Ray, by the way, in those 2 months you were grieving and thinking about committing suicide, we were making all the children get on the plan. I'm like, so you let this man grieve by himself, think about suicide while you develop a plan, which are especially including him. I'm like, why not just tell him? What was the point of not telling him?
Maybe Norman still suspected Ray
of being a traitor.
Yeah,
could be that.
He's like, yo, let's not tell him until the last minute. And he predicted what Norman was gonna do too.
He did predict Norman was gonna kill himself.
So I mean,
not Norman. He predicted Ray was gonna kill himself.
Yeah. So, but like I said, it just felt like some of the stuff in the middle was not necessary, and that kind of like takes away. That's what kind of drops it. But
I agree.
One thing I did think about that also annoyed me is that she breaks Emma's leg. They can't do the escape. That's what I was thinking.
Real quick.
Heroes and they do it. So what they do? Time skip, like a month time skip.
Yeah. And
now it's just healed. And I was like, okay, so like honestly.
So you would prefer to see them actually develop the other plan?
That's with her like a broken leg.
Yeah, I agree with that. But instead they give like a quick montage and a couple shots of them preparing the plan.
Yep.
Yeah. Even in this episode, they did it again. Oh, we've been training this whole time. About what's his name? Don.
I was like,
rocks. I'm like, that would have been good to see.
They could have just like, so we just had the only thing that came back up to this was the tag. That was the only thing, and they barely even used it. It really wasn't tag because
they just know how to run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They didn't show any of the training, bro. Like, so all that training we did, we didn't even use it in the final plan.
Yeah.
That made me pissed.
I agree with that.
They should have did those type of training and then like, boom, this is what we do. I don't know.
See, that's exactly what I'm thinking, because then what was the point of all those episodes? Was it just to show the fact that those kids' original plan was just bad? Because in the end, they didn't even use that plan.
I don't know. Even the mom was like, she cut her hair. It kind of like, it was almost like she was liberating. She was like, "Be safe, young one." I was like, "Shut up! I don't care about you. Get out of here." I
want to appreciate you saying that, but you've been monotone this whole time.
Yeah, you've been monotone this whole time, and you've been killing off these. I respect what she is, though. I respect what she represents in the show. This full this omnipotent force in the whole place.
They made her look perfect, bro. And think about it. They couldn't find where the kids were. Mom was like, "I know where they are." She was the only one that figured that out.
It made her very scared. That's what I really like. That's what I fucked with. But as a character, like, what is she like? What is that? She gives this presence that's great, but like the things that happens with her, it just felt like it was a little flat, and they didn't really delve deep into it. Maybe they'll save that for another season. But for this season, if I'm rating the season as a whole right now,
maybe a 6 for you.
Yes.
You see, I agree with that. And actually, I'm really hoping that season 2 will be better off, because I hope they can actually try to develop or try to flesh out their characters more, because so far none of these kids stand out to me.
Yeah.
Even Emma is just slightly above the rest. Like I want to say Emma stands out.
None of them have a backstory besides Ray.
Yeah, Ray's, and that's only because Mama gave birth to him in this episode. I didn't care. I didn't think about Ray like that before.
Yeah,
all I knew was that he was
edgy. Character.
And that he was a spy. No, that's true too.
Yeah, he's honestly, of all the kids, he's the best character in terms of like being fleshed out. My favorite's Norman though.
I know. My favorite's Dilemma. Mostly because I just like her energy, but at the same time, actually in the end, Emma's the one who saved the day. For just saying.
Yeah, she did save the day.
But yeah, I'm really hoping season 2 it helps develop these characters some more. The whole time I was thinking about a time skip, but after what you said, you want to see the development, you want to see how they react in the outside world.
We don't know what they can add a lot of things out. So since we don't know anything besides there's demons and there's humans, that's nothing. And there's one dude out there who knows, like, he's trying to help people. Like, so besides that, we don't know nothing out there. Yeah. They can be, the person who's writing this can be very creative and make something like really worthwhile before we get to the thing. And it would be kind of lame if we just like, oh, we gotta do it. We gotta have a whole preparation too.
Right.
To get these kids out. Like they gotta infiltrate and get. Bro, we got a lot of stuff to work with.
This will be pretty interesting, and I'm definitely looking forward to season 2, which they did announce. So Promised Neverland has been renewed for a second season.
So that's good.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna watch it. So.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
No. Enough here. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Tell us what's your thoughts on this whole season of Promised Neverland. Tell us below, and yeah.